You know, I hate it when we got to start the pod off with some negativity, but unfortunately, the day and age that we live in right now, that's just far too common. And again, here we are again. Once again, here we are. Another unarmed black man taken from us, abused by police officers who swore to protect and serve us, are, victimizing us, bullying us, abusing us, and ultimately taking our lives from us, all in the name of what they believe is enforcing the law. So let's talk about it, man. Tyre Nichols, young black man, 29 years old, around, so pretty much my age. And this hurts, man. On his way home, was driving, got pulled over by these cops. They said for reckless driving, although all of the camera footage we've seen on the roads show no sign he was driving recklessly. Escalated the situation from the beginning, cursing him out, pulling guns on him, attacking him, giving him contradictory commands, holding him, but telling him to put his hands up and all type of stuff. Just escalating it. Tyre, for his part, was trying to de-escalate the situation, telling him to calm down, and just trying to figure out what he did wrong. After so many beatings and just being in fear of his life by how aggressive these 5 men were with him, he takes off running. They catch him, beat on him, tase him, just beat the crap out of him, just stump him out. Everybody taking turns. There's even cops pushing cops out the way so they can get their shot in. And then after he's brutalized, beaten down, just stumped out just by these thugs who claim to be officers that uphold the law, by these thugs beaten down. They prop him up and make him stand up. Barely can even function. Man's not even talking. He's making moaning noises, calling for his mother. At some points they said, but he's not even all the way there. Then the ambulance or whoever comes takes their sweet time to even care for him. And unfortunately, Tyre Nichols passes away right by his mother's house, right there, calling for her. She couldn't hear him. Taken from him because of reckless driving, if you are to believe their story, which again, there's no proof of that at all, that there was any reckless driving. But even if there was reckless driving, taken from his life, that's the value of his life. What people gonna say, man? We already hearing stupid reports of this is happening because there's a black police chief, or this is happening because there's no parents there's no black fathers. I'm sorry, that in these neighborhoods, in urban neighborhoods, and the children are being raised by single black mothers. This is the excuse that people are coming with. The crazy part about all this is these officers were black. These are black officers. The percentage of black officers in that precinct matches the percentage of the residents, of black residents in this state of Memphis, which is where this happened at. Still, that meant nothing. And still we getting these crappy excuses. Oh, look, it's black people too. This is not about race. Yes, it is. Because they're growing up in a police, or not growing up, but they came up, they were trained and taught at a police station that prioritizes a certain race over another, that prioritizes a certain financial status over another. This is how they were trained and taught, to go to these urban communities, with these poverty-stricken communities with crime, and treat these people with no humanity. That they were justified in treating these people like this because of where they live. Don't believe me? Well, this is even the first time that this has happened with this unit. Yes, right? This unit of these 5 black officers that brutalized a black man who was doing nothing wrong except, according to them, reckless driving. They've had previous reports of them doing the same thing to other people, attacking them violently, and nothing was done. So I don't want to hear about, this is about them being, no black fathers, no good black role models, single black mothers raising children, a black police chief. No. It is the department. It is the culture of the police department, and how these officers are trained to think and trained to react. De-escalation is a joke. They hold all the power, and they can have the ability to just take you and beat on you. Now, I'm happy that these officers were charged for this crime, and I'm hoping that they get found guilty and they get the maximum time, because I believe any police officer that abuses their authority and their power, they should get the max. If you're using your position as a police officer to abuse it and do whatever you want to these citizens, tax-paying citizens, you should get the max time possible. This is what happened when you encourage this culture in the police force. And don't say it's not true, because there were complaints and nobody did anything. This is normal. These men had body cameras on. They knew this was being recorded. They didn't care because it's normal. It's not about anything else, but this is what police stations across America have ingrained into these officers. It's such a part of the culture, of the DNA of the police departments. That is just normal. That don't matter how many black officers you hire in black neighborhoods with a black chief. It doesn't matter. And unfortunately, this young man's life has been taken from him. His mother, guilty as all can be, because he called out her name and she wasn't there to save him. People want to politicize that, try to push these stupid agendas. Let's reform the police. They get a big budget. You got Kamala Harris talking about she's going over to his funeral. What is that going to do? You did nothing. You did nothing after George Floyd. You promised us, you and Joe Biden promised us, and some type of reform that things have to change. But what'd you do? Derek Chauvin was found guilty, so you felt like, we don't have to make any changes. I guess the system works the way it does, the way it is, but it doesn't. And unfortunately, Tyre Nichols is another casualty of this system, and you know he won't be the last. But you got Biden making these press press statements talking about how all this is wrong. Kamala's going to the funeral, going to take some nice little pictures, and then what? Go back to Washington and do nothing about police brutality, but continue to give them more funding. This is what you think they need more funding? So they can have better weapons to beat us with and brutalize us with? Are you serious? And then they say be peaceful. Don't get violent. Peaceful protest. After body after body after body after body after body. Peaceful protest. This just makes me sick. Makes me hate this country. Makes me hate these politicians. All I can say for right now is, two things I'll say. One, the police are not the authority. Questioning them and knowing your rights is not disrespecting authority. They are public servants. They get paid from tax dollars to protect and serve and protect and serve the public. Second, of course, prayers, well wishes, and love sent to the family, Tyre Nichols, family and loved ones, friends, everybody. I know this is a hard time. I feel so bad for you all, for them all. I wish we didn't live in a country where we know that the people that are getting paid from tax dollars are abusing their power and murdering citizens, and we do nothing about it. I just wish we didn't live in that country, but unfortunately we do. I don't know if a change is going to come. I hope one does, but I know this much right now. If you're not really about no action, don't try to gain no points by saying nice things. If you're not really about making real change, nobody needs to hear any nice words. That's for any politician or anybody that's a celebrity or whatever. We need to be about action. Rest in power, paradise, and peace to my brother, Tyre Nichols.
It's the WACCast podcast. Yeah.
Talk whack to the Talk whack to me.
Yeah.
Talk whack to me. Talk whack
It's
to me.
the WACCast podcast. Yeah.
Talk whack to me. Talk whack to me.
Yeah.
Talk whack to me. Talk whack to me.